Hello friends and welcome. This is my YouTube channel where I share everything I'm learning about Etsy, everything I've learned about Etsy. My name is Andrea and I've been an Etsy seller for over 7 years now, which is absolutely crazy to think about. And it is my full-time job. My Etsy business is my full-time job. And so this channel is where I share everything I've learned, everything I'm learning about Etsy. Today we are talking about something really important. I alluded to this video a couple weeks ago. It is all about Etsy conversion rates. What is the Etsy conversion rate? How is it calculated? Why is it important? How do you improve it? All that kind of stuff. We're diving deep into Etsy conversion rates today on this channel. First things first, let's talk about what your conversion rate even is, because I know some people are watching this and thinking, I don't even know what a conversion rate is, I've never heard of it. Your conversion rate is the percentage of people or the number of people who visit your listing and actually buy it. So your conversion rate is a percentage. The way Etsy calculates your conversion rate is they take your total number of orders divided by your total number of visits, multiply that number by 100 to give you a percent, and that percentage is your conversion rate. Industry standard for conversion rates is anywhere from 2 to 3%, but obviously the higher the better, because the higher your conversion rate is, the more sales you're getting, which is the ultimate goal. So you definitely want to try and do everything you can to raise your conversion rate. And so that is what we are going to be talking about in this video. The remainder of this video is going to be 3 different things that I think you can do to increase your conversion rate on Etsy. The way that you increase your conversion rate is by getting people who are already viewing your listing, already at your listing, which means they're a warm buyer, to actually purchase your listing. So that is what we're going to talk about. These 3 things relate to getting those people that are already at your listing to buy it. The first thing you can do is use all 10 of your photos and add a listing video. Yes, the listing video tool. I know everybody hates it because everybody hates video, but you are definitely going to need to use all your photos and add the listing video if you want to increase your conversion rate on your Etsy listing. The photos and the listing video is how your potential customer interacts with your item before and without seeing it at all until they have purchased it. Etsy is totally online, so giving and telling the full story, everything that your potential customer needs to know about your item in the photos is really, really important. You need every angle. Like if I was selling this shirt, I want a close-up of the buttons. I want a wide to see how does it hit her on her body. All of those sorts of things. I'm not going to buy it without seeing that. I would never buy this shirt if I only saw from here up, right? So you definitely need to be using all 10 of your photos. And then a listing video is just a really good way for people to see how an item moves, how an item works. You can show them every feature of the item in just one little 15-second clip. So good photos, all 10 photos, descriptive photos, and the listing video tool absolutely increase your conversion rate on Etsy, because if someone is already at your listing and that means they want to see more. They want to see more of it. They like what they saw on the thumbnail and they want to see more of it. They are going to want to click through all of your photos and see it, and each one is a new opportunity to sell them on your item. So you definitely want to be using all 10 photos to increase your Etsy conversion rate. The next thing you can do to increase your Etsy conversion rate is have a compelling and good and beefy description. I recorded a YouTube video all about how to write a description a couple weeks ago, and so that'll be linked in the description below. But you definitely want to make sure that your description is good. You want to make sure that it speaks in your ideal customer's language and says things that they want to hear. Don't lie about your product, obviously, but says things that they want to hear and the way that they want to hear it, and also that it answers all of the questions that they could have about your listing. You do not want them to have to send you a message or bounce away to another listing that has their question answered. Definitely make sure that your description is answering all the questions that someone could have about your listing, and that'll totally increase your conversion rate because it makes it to where they have no objection to buy from you right then and there. And so hopefully they will. That is definitely one good way to increase your conversion rate, is to have a very accurate, beefy, good listing description. You definitely want to make sure that you are doing that to increase your conversion rate. The third thing you can do to increase your Etsy conversion rate is have accurate keywords. We talk about keywords a lot on this channel because they are so important for Etsy and they are so relevant to how we get our shop sales on Etsy. We still invest a lot of time in keywords at my shop and we're 16,000 sales in. So definitely really important. It take a lot to convince me that Etsy keywords are not important. And so that's why we talk about them. When it comes to your conversion rate, you want want to make sure that your keywords are accurate. I talk a lot about strong keywords. You definitely want strong keywords. So I guess what I'm saying here is, if you sell a phone case, this is best explained in examples. If you sell a phone case and it is for an iPhone, even though an Android phone case might be a really good keyword, it might drive a lot of traffic, low competition, a lot of search volume, all those things. It might be a good keyword. You do not want to use it on your iPhone case listing because it's not accurate. And so someone with an Android might search that, click on your listing, and then bounce away immediately because they can't buy your phone case. That tells Etsy, hey, that person, for some reason, everyone's bouncing away from that listing, and because it's not accurate, and so it tanks your conversion rate whenever your keywords aren't accurate. We have a listing in our shop that is a laptop case, and it only fits 13-inch laptop cases. You will not see 15-inch laptop case anywhere in the tags or titles of that listing, and that's because that would tank my conversion rate. So we're not doing that. You definitely want to make sure that your keywords are strong and good and all of those things, but when it comes to your conversion rate, you want to make sure they're accurate. As you take in all of this information, I know that it can be a lot. If you are not a seasoned seller, even if you are, the amount of overwhelm that you can get from Etsy is real. Like, oh my gosh, it's so real. You can get so overwhelmed. I still get overwhelmed all the time because we have 50 different products and I'm like, I have to go in and increase my conversion rate on all of them. Is this like, are you serious? This is going to take forever. So I have some tips to avoid overwhelm for you guys because it is a very, very real thing to do. My first tip is to just start working, tweak the description, go add photos, all those things. You will know as you progress down your Etsy path what is working and what is not. Make sure you go back in and test. But the number one thing to just prevent overwhelm is to just start. The second tip, and this is my biggest one, is to work on your top 5 listings first. Do your most profitable listings. If you have 100 products and going in and rewriting descriptions and adding photos and all that stuff seems way too overwhelming, pick your top 5 most profitable listings and start with them. Just edit those. Those are your bread and butter. That's what you're getting your money from. And so edit those first. If you want to keep going, do the next 5 and the next 5. But start with your top 5. That is my biggest tip for avoiding overwhelm when it comes to Etsy. I definitely recommend just focusing on the ones that are really, really profitable. I hope that this video answered all of your questions about conversion rate, and I hope that when you implement that, you'll see a billion sales and your conversion rate will spike up. I definitely recommend doing all of these things in this video and really focusing on your conversion rate because it is so important. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to hang out, if you are interested in growing on Etsy, that's what we talk about around here, and so make sure to subscribe. Thanks so much, guys.